This is the only god in the world. With a single wave of his hand, the tank is instantly broken into parts, and then with another grab, the parts turn into iron balls. He is Dr. Manhattan. He used to be a normal person, but because he got into a quantum collision, a malfunction in the lab machine, he was locked inside. Dr. Manhattan was turned into dust. I thought he was dead. But a few days later, a monster with only human meridians appeared near the lab. A few days later, some of the muscle and bone grew back. Then it was gone in a flash. He was able to survive the destruction of his body. After his body was destroyed, his soul evolved in a quantum collision. He became a god in the eyes of the people. He's beyond the world. He's omnipotent. He can't age or die. He can do whatever he wants. Not only can he manipulate time and space, he can also foresee the future. At this moment, he's already outside the world. His appearance has upset the balance of the world. Because of the fear of Dr. Manhattan's ability, the Soviet Union began to produce nuclear bombs. They threatened to destroy the Earth to ensure their safety. Such a powerful god is just one of the Watchers. Watchmen is a secret organization of the United States. It consists of 6 super soldiers. Each one of them is very powerful. They are all capable of fighting 1 against 100. The first generation helped the United States end World War II. The second generation helped China win the Vietnam War. They were the heroes of the people. They became objects of worship, but as the war ended, they became irrelevant. Their extraordinary abilities became a threat to society. They became a target for everyone. Eventually, they had to retire, but an accident happened, shattered their peaceful life. Eli, one of the Watchers, was assassinated. It's horrifying, in contrast to the silence of the rest of the team. His teammate Brad rushed to the scene alone to find out the truth. Because he is the embodiment of justice, he would never allow evil to exist. That this was an assassination attempt on all of the Watchmen. So he found his former partner David and asked him to come with him to avenge Eli's death. But by now, David was tired of fighting. He just wanted to live a normal life. He refused Brad, but fear was planted inside him. So he found the Pharaoh, the smartest man in the world, because he's the only observer in the world who knows. By this time, he'd transformed himself into a businessman. He was working with Dr. Manhattan to develop a new energy source in the South Pole. When it succeeds, the current energy source will be replaced, and an energy war can be avoided. David told the Pharaoh about Brad's theory, but the Pharaoh was not convinced. He thinks Eli was killed because of his own hubris. After Brad left from there, sneaked into Sector 51 at night, and found Dr. Manhattan, the only god in the world. The only god in the world. He's out of this world. He can't do anything. Ageless, immortal, indestructible. Not only can't he control time, space and quantum, he can't see the future. Brad approached Dr. Manhattan, wanted to rely on his ability to see the future, to see who killed Eli, but Dr. Manhattan refused. It's not that he didn't want to see, his ability to see the future was blocked, and the doctor didn't want any part of it, because as his powers grew, the doctor lost his humanity. He's lost all human emotion. He saw the world in a different light. As his girlfriend, she was not happy about it. She wanted a normal human being, not a machine. So she left Dr. Manhattan and went into the arms of Eli, and without her, the doctor no longer had any ties to Earth. He dashed off to Mars, a seemingly barren, red planet. In his eyes, then the blue, vibrant Earth, because he liked the purity of the divine world. He didn't like the chaos of human life. At this time, he has reached a supreme level. He can become one with the universe. It's not an exaggeration to say that he is the creator. The departure of the doctor, the Soviet Union accelerated the process of nuclear war. A large number of troops begin to gather at the border. The war is about to begin. On the other side, the assassin has found the Pharaoh. They attacked him. Luckily, they were caught in time. With his superiority in battle, Pharaoh escaped death. Brad was able to analyze the clues and found that the target was Eli's nemesis, the Grim Reaper. But by the time he got there, the Grim Reaper was already dead, and the outside was surrounded by police. It turned out to be a trap. Unwilling to be arrested, Brad launched a frantic breakout. But he was outnumbered. He was arrested by the police, and the mask of justice was removed. At this point, David, after a deep conversation with her, he finally let go of his worries and started to let himself go. They wanted to find their former selves, so they flew the Zeppelin into the dark night sky and started to fight in this dirty night, to fight for justice, to save people from their own misery, and in the process, rescue Brad from prison. By tracking down, they discovered that the Pharaoh was behind it all. Currently at a research base in Antarctica, the only god on this earth saw the girl coming towards him. He took her to Mars. She almost died from lack of oxygen. Luckily, the doctor was able to do a spell. She was able to return to normal. She was shocked to see the Crystal Palace in front of her. Is this the legendary miracle? She asked Dr. Manhattan. If you have the ability to see the future, why don't you return to Earth to stop the impending nuclear war, to save billions of people? Dr. Manhattan thinks differently from humans. In his eyes, there's no difference between humans. They're all just specks of dust in the universe. He didn't want to be a part of it. He just wanted to go with the flow. When she heard the doctor's answer, she smashed the crystal in anger. Watching her behavior, the doctor seemed to feel something, a little bit of human emotion. On the other hand, Brad and David went to the South Pole. They wanted to find the Pharaoh and ask him why he did it. But the Pharaoh had foreseen it. He dodged the attack. David used his laser. But even with the two of them working together, couldn't defeat the Pharaoh. In front of them, Pharaoh confessed to what he did. Eli was killed by his own hand, and that was just the first step. He also spent a fortune developing a super particle to block Dr. Manhattan from predicting the future, and then he exploited his emotional shortcomings to force him off the planet. Now he's cleared all the hurdles. The moment of truth had arrived. He used the power he copied from the Doctor. He destroyed 4 cities in an instant, killing 15 million people. When the Doctor returned to Earth, he was shocked by what he saw, because he knew it was the result of his own power, and he guessed who caused it. Since then, the Doctor has become the root of all evil, from a hero to an enemy of the world. In order to protect themselves, the United States and the Soviet Union chose a truce to deal with this godlike enemy. The Doctor wanted to destroy the Pharaoh, this villain who only frames people for his crimes. But when he heard Pharaoh's plan, he hesitated. Maybe it's for the best to create a powerful enemy for mankind, to force them to unite, so that the people would be spared the pain of war. In the end, the Doctor chose to go along with his plan. But Brad wasn't willing to compromise. He believes that justice shouldn't be compromised by lies. He wanted to go public, but as soon as he walked out the door, he stopped, because he wants justice, and he wants world peace. And in the end, in the throes of that conflict, he chose to end his life. In fact, there is no absolute right and wrong in this world. Different perspectives lead to different ideas. There will be different choices, and in the end, it's the good people who get hurt.